Dear students, now let us start solving the exercises. The first exercise of chapter 1. Please read the question properly and then only start writing the answers. Is 0 a rational number? Can you write it in the form of p by q, where p and q are both integers and q not equal to 0. Is 0 a rational number? And is it possible for us to write it in the form of p by q, where p and q are both integers and q not equal to 0? If it is a rational number, it is obviously possible to write it in the form of p by q. Okay, let us see the solution. Yes, 0 is a rational number. And the second part of it, 0 can be written as 0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3, 0 by minus 1, 0 by minus 10, 0 by 100, etc. Now let us start the second question. Find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Solution. As we have to find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4, we will multiply both the numbers 3 and 4 with 7. 7 is equal to 6 plus 1, or any number greater than 6. To get equidistant rational numbers between 3 and 4, you have to multiply both the numbers by 7. Otherwise also we will get numbers, but they will not be equidistant. And another thing, there will be infinite number of rational numbers between 3 and 4, not just 6 rational numbers. But since we are asked to find out 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4, we multiply both 3 and 4 by 7. Or you can also multiply it by any number greater than 6. Now 3 is equal to 3 into 7 by 7, which is equal to 21 by 7. And when we multiply 4 by 7, we get 4 into 7 by 7, which is equal to 28 by 7. Now the rational numbers between 21 by 7 and 20 by 8 by 7 are the rational numbers between 3 and 4, because 3 is equal to 21 by 7 and 4 is equal to 28 by 7. The rational numbers between 21 by 7 and 28 by 7 will be the rational numbers between 3 and 4. Therefore 22 by 7, 23 by 7, 24 by 7, 25 by 7, 26 by 7 and 27 by 7 are the required rational numbers. Again, the rational numbers between 21 by 7 and 28 by 7 are the rational numbers between 3 and 4. Therefore 22 by 7, 23 by 7, 24 by 7, 25 by 7, 26 by 7 and 27 by 7 are the required rational numbers. And you must remember that these are not the only rational numbers between 3 and 4, but they are equidistant rational numbers. That means if you find the difference between second and the first, it will be equal to third and the second, and so on. Okay, now we shall proceed to the next question. Question number 3, same as question number 2, but only difference is that here we are having 2 fractions. Find 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Find 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Solution. There are infinite number of rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5, not just 5 rational numbers as we know. And since we have to find 5 rational numbers, as in the previous case, we multiply both the numbers by 5 plus 1 equal to 6. 5 rational numbers by 6. If there are 10 rational numbers, by 11, or any number greater than 5. And by doing this, we will get equidistant rational numbers between these two fractions, 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Now when we multiply 3 by 5 by 6, 3 by 5 into 6 by 6 is equal to 18 by 30, and 4 by 5 multiplied by 6 by 6 equal to 24 by 30. The rational numbers between 18 by 30 and 24 by 30 will be rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. 3 by 5 and 18 by 30, they are called equivalent fractions. They are actually same. If you cancel the common factors of 18 and 30, you get 3 by 5. And 4 by 5 and 24 by 30, they are equivalent fractions. So any rational number between 18 upon 30 and 24 by 30 will be a rational number between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Therefore, the required rational numbers are 19 by 30, 20 by 30, 21 by 30, 22 by 30 and 23 by 30. Please remember, these are not the only rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Just how many? 5 of them, right? And there are infinite number of rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Now the next question number 4, state whether the following statements are true or false. Give reasons. The first one is, every natural number is a whole number. Every natural number is a whole number. It is true. It is a true statement that every natural number is also a whole number. And what is the justification for this? Natural numbers equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And whole numbers is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Therefore, every natural number is a whole number. 1 is here in the set of natural numbers, it is there in the set of whole numbers. 2 is there in the set of natural numbers, that 2 is present here. 3 is there in natural numbers and 3 is present here, and so on. So every natural number is also a whole number. Second part of question number 4, every integer is a whole number. This is a statement, every integer is a whole number. And we know that it is not a correct statement, it is false. Integers are ... minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. And the whole numbers are only 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Whole numbers are starting from here, but here we are having negative integers. So every integer if I take, it cannot be a whole number. Why? Minus 3, it is not there in the set of whole numbers. Minus 2, it is not there in the set of whole numbers, and so on. So every integer is not a whole number. Now please read the next question, question number 4, part 3. The statement is, every rational number is a whole number. Every rational number is a whole number. Solution: this particular statement is false. Every rational number cannot be a whole number, but every whole number is a rational number. Whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And the rational numbers are numbers which can be represented in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0. And this is just the definition of rational numbers. And we have all fractions there, or all the natural numbers are there, all whole numbers are there, all integers are there. And in the set of whole numbers, there are no fractions and negative numbers. So we conclude that every rational number is a whole number. This particular statement is false. But every whole number will be a rational number. Thank you for watching the video.